All right, we're here with chapter 6. Oh. I'm gonna leave that in the video. It's funny. For the next few weeks, it rained. It rained and rained and rained. As dumb as it might sound, Mia was the sunshine through it all. Starting this chapter with a banger. By then, I was about halfway done with the outline of my novel. Damn, only halfway. And had even written a few chapters. I wouldn't recommend that, but what do I know? But I was stuck. I'd been experiencing writer's block because I needed something big. I needed a big event to really fuck shit up, you know? Something the reader absolutely wouldn't see coming. An event to have them holding on to every word, eager to the next page and the next and so on. I mean, I mean, you can't just have a big event for the whole book. You know what I mean? You can't just. I mean, you could. No, not like a super long story. You can't drag on something that long. It'd only be like for an act or whatever. Back in the supermarket, things were great. Like, for example, there's nothing so far that's keeping me reading except, the fact that I like to torture myself reading this book. So the big oh yeah, he tried to introduce that in the beginning of the book. Oh yeah, I forgot. But I don't care. That's not enough to keep me reading. Let's be real here. Realistically, if I didn't like reading bad books, I would have put this. I would never have read past like the first page. Like if I only read good books, I would have not read past the first page. Back in the supermarket, things were great. But my time at the bakery was done. That was bittersweet because I missed seeing Mia in the mornings, but I was ecstatic I would no longer be working under Bianca, the sucker of souls. Bro, you're such a hater. Just let it go. This week, I was in the coffee shop with Kara, and Mia was right. She was extremely sweet and super Mormon. Is that an Indeed, but she was also super cute, and I could completely see why Frank had said he'd had sex with her. As hot as Kara was, my mind was on Mia. I hadn't had sex, let alone made out with someone, in a minute. I sat slouched at the counter with the palm of my hand in my pants, under my belly button, allowing the weight from my head to balance lazily. My mind wandered to visions of kissing Mia, undressing her. Damn, I wasn't far off, huh? Curtis walked by, and then my boner popped out. With his fucking leather wristband, giving me his usual sneer. It was a look of disdain that I was growing tired of. What a clown. Yeah, that guy does dress like a clown. That loser would walk around trying to mac on all the girls at the store. I mean, isn't that what Frank claims he's doing? None of them wanted anything to do with his bullshittery. Dude was Dude probably subsisted off Monster Energy drinks, drooling Doritos, and puddle of mud. Dude, the fact that you know what half of those things are already says a lot about you. I only know Monster Energy and Doritos. His bad vibes interrupted my escalating fantasy, thank God, of Mia. It was a slow day in the coffee shop, and if there weren't customers, there wasn't much to do. That's like, not if you're stacking cans and stuff. I tried to think of something eventful to write about. Writer's block was the worst. If I wasn't creating, I felt static, like a failure. I needed to keep on going. I hope this doesn't lead to him having that I believe in myself thing again. I sat daydreaming about possible climaxes. I wonder if that was on purpose or was that just a coincidence. If my book was essentially about nothing, how was I going to bring it to a dramatic resolution? Kara stood idly, scrolling, scrolling through her phone. This bra is killing me, she said under her breath, adjusting her t-shirt. Being a girl sucks. Flynn, you're so lucky. Flynn, hey Flynn. I snapped back to reality. Oh man, he really did it. He really did it. Oh, sorry. What now? I said, only paying half attention. Oh, Flynn, you silly goose, something is bugging me. Can you watch the front for a sec? She asked, her big blue eyes staring into my soul. Hardly listening, I just nodded, continuing to spitball ideas in my head for something eventful, something not quite climactic but pre-climactic. The big bang before the biggest bang. You haven't even got the biggest bang, dude. I saw Rachel and Becca walking toward aisle 9. Ted was calling them over to restack a pyramid of canned soup that someone's tyrannical child had decided to push over. Yo, tell that girl I like her. Frank had popped up from behind the counter, scaring the shit out of me. Fuck, dude. Don't do that, man. Jesus. Haha, you're a pussy, bro, he replied. Just tell her I like her. What? What are you talking about? Kate Denning's cousin over there, said Frank. Oh, Rachel? Why don't you go talk to her yourself? Aren't you the self-proclaimed pussy slayer? I need a different approach, man, said Frank, looking at me. Word is getting around I'm a whore. Rightfully so, I said. Look, man, when you can, just tell her I'm into her, okay? Just as I was about to answer, a large white woman with short, thinning red hair appeared. She was wearing a fluffy blue blouse with white flowers, and a matching white skirt, and black heels. She cleared her throat in a very authoritative manner. Yes, she said. I would like a medium coffee, black, 2 sugars, and a piece of iced lemon cake. Thank you. I froze, trying to register everything she had said. I looked back to Frank for guidance, but he had gone, most likely sensing the bitchy attitude of this woman and not wanting any part of it. The author has a problem with middle-aged women. They're always just bitches. The chick on the airport, and now this red hair bitch. I looked back at her, my mouth open to speak, but nothing came out. Hello? The woman said loud and obnoxiously. Can I get some service here? Oh, yes. I responded. Of course. I'm sorry, ma'am. It's just my first day in the department. What do you mean the department? You mean the coffee, like... Where are you? The barista? The coffee shop. It's not a department. It's usually just a corner. Well, even on your first day, pouring black coffee isn't too complicated, is it, honey? Man, this is gonna be so cringe. Give me a second. Dude, where's pause? Where was I? Yeah, the cringe, okay. What the fuck did you say to me? I screamed, but before I had time to register what I had just done, I was already balls deep in her ass. In the commitment of standing up for myself and anyone else this woman had ever made feel inferior. Bitch, what dimension are you from? You think you could just because I pour coffee for a living, you think you could talk to me like I'm some kind of piece of shit? You are such a fucking cunt. The woman's jaw was on the floor at this point. She was stunned, fuming with rage. Flynn! No, wait, no, that's not her. Flynn! Oh, wait, no. Man, switching voices is really bad. Flynn! I looked up. It was Ted Daniels screaming my name from across the store. But his scream was nothing compared to the child running from aisle to aisle, kicking over stacks of food. And fuck you too, Ted! I said, my voice pointing straight into it. Pointed? Okay. Oh, my voice, okay. You creepy fuck! Rachel appeared. Her eyebrows were raised high. She let out a quick laugh, then covered her mouth with her hand. I'm here to help you, I said, focusing my attention back on the insulting woman. Not serve you! God damn it! From the corner of my eye, I could now see the kid jumping up and down, smashing plastic bags of tortilla chips with his shoes. And if I were to help you, I would tell your fat ass that you don't need a fucking lemon cake. Why don't you give your arteries a break, woman? Damn. At this moment, a child, just a random one, okay, began to cry. The same goddamn child who had been terrorizing the store for an hour. The child who knocked down the 8-foot towers of canned soup for his own devilish amusement. Listen here. Oh, listen here. The child's neglectful mother said, I don't know what you think. And you're a terrible mom. I interrupted. Put that fucking kid on a leash or I'll strangle the little shit myself. The mother's eyes grew furious. How dare you? She roared, my son is. Without hesitating, I ran over, picked the child up, and threw him through the plate grass. Extra Chinese right there. The plate grass window, shattering the Muldoon's logo on the glass. Then that's Indian, that's not Chinese. And immediately snapping me up from, hello? Oh, hello? I said coffee, black, just how I like it. Just like how I like my men. My daydream. And chop chop, boy, the overweight woman finished. Alas, I thought, another daydream. Do you realize how pointless that was? You know when people are telling you their dream and you don't care because there's usually no logic to it and it has nothing to do with, unless the dream has you in it, sometimes you're interested, but most of the time the dream is not about you and has nothing to do with you. So it's just a waste of time. A dream, okay, if you can get someone to listen to your dream and it has nothing to do with them, they have to like you, or you're just torturing them. A dream is one of the most boringest things you could tell someone. I'm not talking about your aspirations, that's different. I'm literally talking about the dream you had yesterday. Just this pointless, irrelevant thing that's completely only relevant to that person. 100%. And we just had to read that, basically. Just a dream, and I don't care. It wasn't fun to read, because it was obviously fake. The imagery of him, throwing the child away. It's not... If it's not real, even in the fictional context, I'm literally reading a book of a book. You know what I'm saying? It's just so pointless. That was such a waste of my time, bro. Okay. Oh, okay. Sure, sorry. I told her, pouring the coffee so quickly, I spilled some on my thumb, burning it. Shit! I said out loud. The pain was excruciating, but I did my best to keep my composure, holding my right thumb under my left armpit as I rang her up using my left arm. The burning intensified with each passing moment. Boy, aren't we forgetting something? She said. I had the cake, bro. I had no clue what she was talking about. I just wanted to be away from her and out of the store. I'm sorry. What? You forgot my slice. Let me just. You forgot my slice of lemon cake. God damn. I yelled internally, sweat dripping from my brow. I'm so sorry, I said, bending down to show her my asshole to grab a slice of cake. But as I opened the glass, I saw there were none left. I'm sorry, ma'am. There are none in here. My legs went weak. It was a deathly scary feeling. What do you mean? I'm looking right at it there, she said, pointing at a piece of cake. No, I'm sorry. That's just a display piece. That's not... Display? She interrupted. Well, what about the back? Surely there... At that moment, everything around me began to flicker, as though the lights were being sucked from the room, then instantaneously being brought back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. My hearing became muffled, then ceased altogether. A high frequency pitch shot into my head, like in those old war movies where a soldier experiences shell shock. Everything seemed to be moving in slow motion and yet super fast at the same time. I'm sorry, but I have got kids in the car with no air conditioner, said another woman in line. What's the holdup? Asked a man in a suit with a newspaper under his arm. My chest tightened. Hello? The large woman in front of me said. She glanced at my name tag. Flynn, is it? Well, Flynn, I said there has to be some in the back, she repeated as though I were deaf. My breath became shallow and my neck felt numb. Not sure what was going on, I turned around quickly and walked into the back staff area of the coffee shop. I stumbled through the door like a drunk. I glanced around trying to find a seat. Kara stood in the corner, topless. How the fuck long? Bro, how long is she taking to change her shirt or whatever the fuck she's doing, bro? This nigga had a fantasy. Like, how long did... Like, holy shit, how long, man? Topless and fidgeting with the wire in her bra that had been stabbing in her side. Flynn! What are you doing? I'm sorry, he yelled, transfixed. Oh, he yelled. I yelled, transfixed in her breasts. Her body was incredible. I hadn't seen a naked woman since Lola. The excitement only fueled what I had been experiencing. I'm so sorry, I yelled. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Flynn, get out, she screamed. I backed out of the room as fast as I could, repeating the same words to myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. I stumbled out of the coffee shop. By now, my legs felt as though they would give way at any moment, but I made my way past the line of customers and onto the supermarket floor. I'm sorry, I continued to repeat, confused in a state of panic. I couldn't understand why my body felt this way. Because I wasn't freaking out in my mind, it was my body that felt out of control, as though it were about to shut down. Flynn, a voice said behind me. Flynn, are you okay? Oh, if that's me, I gotta redo the voice. Sorry. Man, doing voices is hard. Give me a second. Flynn? A voice said from behind me. Flynn, are you okay? It was Mia. I'm so sorry, I whispered to her. I'm sorry. I felt dizzy and disoriented. Just breathe, Flynn. Oh, man, hold on. Give me a second. This is hard. Just breathe, Flynn, she said, putting her arm around my waist to support me. Flynn, breathe. See, now I just sound like the fat lady. Flynn, breathe, she said as I slipped from her grip, hitting the cold vinyl floor. My vision blurred and then blackness. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to need a whole paragraph separation right here. When I awoke, I was lying in a hospital bed staring at the ceiling. A monitor beeped to my left and an IV drip ran intravenously into the top of my hand. I had full memory of everything that had happened. I just had hope I didn't have like a 6-year-old coma, beard, or anything. Much to my surprise, it had only been 45 minutes. Mia was holding my hand and smiling as I came to. The doctors took blood and urine samples while you were asleep. They ruled out any serious condition, she said, but they are pretty sure what it is. I wasn't sure what I wanted to know first. What it was or how the hell they got my urine sample. What do you mean, what is it? I asked. It doesn't sound good. My fear was extinguished by Mia's laughter. They think you had a panic attack, she said. What the fuck is that? I asked the doctor that just walked into the room. Let me see. Wait, Wasn't that the mom? No, the mom was a black guy voice. Then who's this one? He's awake. There was someone I did that for. I forgot who. Let me see. Oh, he's awake. No. Alright, this guy's gonna only have like 4 lines. Oh, he's awake, the doctor said. He was a tall black man, maybe 6'4" and skinny. Oh, of course, a 6'5" tall black doctor. Bro, can we get some like probabilities on that? 6'5", okay. 6'5" tall black doctor. Like not even just 6. He's 6. I said 6'5". He's 6'4", bro. Or maybe, well, we don't know Flynn's height perspectives, so maybe he's not 6'4". Seeing him, I got that second feeling doctors can give you. You see, doctors can only give 2 kinds of vibes. The first being, please let me give you a prostate exam. And the other being, can you do the prostate exam yourself? You see, doctors only give 2 kinds of vibes. The first being, I don't give a shit about you, where you come from, or where you're going. It's my job to diagnose what's going on and collect the check. And then there are doctors who genuinely care and want to help people, no matter how many years they've been doing it. My doctor had a warm energy that seemed to convey the latter. Hey there, Flynn, he said. So it would appear that you had a panic attack. Do you know what that is? I mean, I've heard about them, but no, not really, I said. Now tell me, are you prone to anxiety? I had to gather my thoughts. I don't think so, I replied. Bullshit, Mia said. Hey, I'm keeping that. Yes, the doctor, he has severe anxiety. Give him the Xanax, inject it into his veins. Intravenously, she said with a half smile. Flynn, all that shit you've told me about your life? You've got serious issues, boy. Go pray under the tree. I mean, don't get me wrong. You got issues I can handle, she said with a wink. But issues nonetheless. Oh, give me a second. Let me handle the cringe. The doctor gave me a warm smile. Wait, what's wrong with me? I asked. Well, nothing is wrong with you, Flynn. You just have a hypertensive mind. A hypertensive mind. Bippity boppity boo. I stared at him for a moment. So, what? I have ADHD or something? The doctor laughed. Ha ha ha, no you stupid bitch. I didn't say hyperactive, I said hyper attentive. My guess is that you are constantly thinking. You rarely take a break, he said, then lightly tapped his ballpoint to his temple. And you are always on going upstairs, but you can't dunk. Mia says you put a lot of pressure on yourself to succeed, and you're never going to be as successful as me, a 6'5" black doctor. And the pressure synonymous with worry, anxiety, is incredibly common. People just don't talk about it openly enough, especially in the hood. I think you need a few days to yourself, and I recommend you see a therapist. My eyes went wide. A therapist? I'm not crazy. The doctor sat in the chair next to my bed. No, you stupid nigga. I'm not saying you crazy, Flynn, but panic attacks are serious. They affect a lot of people without them knowing it or addressing it. There's something that should be looked into. In order to treat them, we must find the source. Treatment can come from many forms. There's cognitive behavioral therapy and bippity boppity boo, exercises, sleep, and exercises. Why do you keep saying panic attack? You're gonna give me one right now. What the hell? Didn't we just go over what a panic attack was? Hold on. What the hell is that? Yeah, he just said that he has a hyperactive mind. Bro, he just explained it to you. You have a hyper-attentive mind. He just explained to you what you have. Well, the doctor explained, a panic is an involuntary occurrence, like when you walk on the wrong hood. It happens in the mind. It's... Wait a second, I said, cutting him off. That wasn't a mind thing, Doc. Oh, this guy just said Doc. That was a physical thing. Like, this was my legs giving out. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't see straight. This is feels like I'm dying, life-threatening event here. The doctor looked at me for a moment. His hand placed over his mouth, then he removed it and spoke. The mind is a powerful thing, Flynn. If you don't control it, it will control you. I immediately remembered my conversation with Frank. Where am I? Where am I? I immediately remembered my conversation with Frank regarding the attention I was giving Mia and not him. The thought of Frank increased the anxiety I was feeling. Frank always blathered on some walking life type shit about the power of the mind to create and destroy. See, I don't know who's talking, so I don't know whose voice I'm gonna do here. What you believe to be completely physical is actually stemming from your mind. It's a concentrated episode of acute anxiety that manifests itself physically, but it is not life-threatening. A panic attack cannot kill you. This is what you experienced, the doctor continued. I've got the test results to prove it. And the chat logs, Flynn. Who is Kara? He lifted up his clipboard and pointed at it. There's just some random graphs that just point upwards. He lifted up the clipboard and pointed at it as if that were proof. Look, Flynn, just take a few days to yourself. Get your head right. Smoke some weed. Say hello to your brothers for yourself. Get your head right and see a doctor sometime, a therapist. It will be good to talk to somebody. In the meantime, I'm gonna prescribe Ativan and AIDS. Oh, no, Doc, I interrupted. I already have AIDS. Well then, I'll just have to white knuckle all 5 of them up your ass through your anxiety. But I'm still suggesting you go to therapy for the 4th fucking time. You can leave whenever you want, whenever you feel ready. Then, just as quickly as he had arrived, the doctor was gone. What's wrong? Oh, what's wrong? Mia said to me. I knew it was a look on my face that gave me away. Like I was pondering something fierce. Honestly, I just hope this doesn't blow my shot at getting with you. Oh my god. Getting with me? Ha ha ha. What are we, 7th grade? She moved over and sat next to me in the hospital bed. You want to get with me, Flynn? Anyway, I gotta do this perfectly. You want to get with Jiggy with me, Flynn? Well, I stumbled. I mean, like... Flynn, I am here, aren't I? She interrupted. If you want to get to me, if you want to get with me... Wait, man, see, switching voices is hard. If you want to get with me, then you get with me. And get jiggy with it. She put her hand on my leg, moving in for a kiss. Oh yeah, she's doing the kiss, yeah. It was absolutely incredible. Her lips were soft as silk. It felt electric. Oh my god. I held the back of her neck. I was suspended in the moment. The fact that she kissed me like it was no big deal, that let me know just how special she was. But even then, in the middle of our kiss, my mind raced, thinking of where this could go, thinking that I was still not fully over Lola. Oh my god. That I wasn't ready to move on, thinking about how Mia had been there for me through this terrifying experience. Then, well, in that very same moment, as my mind raced, I was in the middle of kissing this beautiful woman. I thought about how spot on the doctor was. My mind was truly hyper attentive. If you were hyper attentive, I don't think you would be having those thoughts. And I needed to chill the fuck out. Writing this novel was messing with my head. I mean, even in this moment, I wasn't fully present. I couldn't just enjoy something I had fantasized for about weeks. As Mia pulled back from our kiss with a bite to my bottom lip, I looked into her eyes and had one final thought. Maybe I should talk to somebody.